In Lesotho tomorrow, the country's King Letsie III will be celebrating his 52nd birthday. For more on that story, we're now joined on the line by our reporter on the scene, Nthakoana Ngatane. Nthakoana, a very good afternoon to you. Great news for a change. This has been earmarked as the biggest cultural gathering in the kingdom. Do tell us more about these celebrations.
Indeed, Alicia, not only the biggest in the country, but the one that really unifies Lesotho as a nation. Now, as you've rightfully said, Lesotho has been in the news for the wrong reasons in the past months. And now this particular event, the King's birthday, the royal family in Lesotho is seen as a unifying factor for the people of Lesotho. So people gather despite their differences and despite their political affiliations and despite whatever brings them apart. The king and the royal family bring them together. Now, this particular event goes from town to town, from district to district every year. And this year it will be celebrated in the district where the Queen, Her Majesty Queen Maseru, the king's wife, was born, and that is in Lesotho. And so the people of Lesotho say they're prepared for this event. It is expected to be a spectacular one as usual, where we will see cultural dances, traditional music, and Basotho showcasing their culture there. Alicia?
Nthakoana, in a turn of events, Talika Modi has appointed a female lead in the proceedings. What do you think prompted this?
Well, I can tell you that it is a real turn of events, Alicia, because in the past year, or at least after he was appointed as Army Commander, Talika Modi made a very controversial statement one time where he said female officers who had just joined the army would not be allowed to bear children, at least for a certain number of years until their training was complete. And that caused a lot of row here in Lesotho, and especially from women's rights groups. They said, well, why should you limit women's ability to reproduce if they want to? But of course, and the army then came out and said they have rules and regulations and they would want their female officers to reach their full potential. But following that, and following the recent event here in Lesotho, where Lieutenant General Talika Modi, or at least the news that he was associated with here in the country, it is a positive step in terms of women empowerment, in terms of recognizing women here in Lesotho, but also globally, I suppose, for Lesotho to be on the map. Now, whether or not that means that we might see a woman becoming a commander of the Lesotho Defense Force in the near future, well, I guess that's something to think about. But here is a Lieutenant Colonel Ramokopu, who will be leading the parade, the army tomorrow in terms of the events that they will be doing as part of King's birthday. Alicia?
Definitely something to look forward to. Nthakoana, before I let you go, I have to ask you this. Just how far is the SADC inquiry into the killing of former Army Commander Maseru Mahao?
Well, the police here in Lesotho are mum about it. They have said when we asked them, they would not divulge the details in terms of what is happening behind the investigation. So keeping it really behind closed doors. But as you know, the investigators did arrive. We understand now that Botswana has appointed a judge to head the commission. You remember that Botswana was appointed to be the head of the commission, so they were, as a country, supposed to appoint someone. We understand that has now happened. So I suppose in the next few days or so, we will know who the commission will be. And the Commission of Inquiry, Alicia, remember, will go deeper into what exactly happened in Lesotho, not necessarily with the killing of Maseru Mahao. Unlike the investigators who will focus specifically on the killing, the commission itself will look at the security situation in Lesotho. And they will be working hand in hand with that oversight committee. You'll remember that is supposed to be instituted by SADC to oversee and be an early warning mechanism for problems in Lesotho, working hand in hand with the now again appointed facilitator, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa. Alicia?
Nthakoana, we wish the King, of course, a very happy 52nd birthday. That's Nthakoana Ngatane, our reporter in Maseru in Lesotho, where the King Letsie III will be celebrating his birthday in a glittering ceremony tomorrow.